You have to be him in order to become him. For it is in the being that you become. So if you really want to play this game, know that the difference between who has not only won, but continues to win, and he who has lost is simply that the winner knows he has already won. Enough with the riddles, right? For if it's really that simple, why don't we all become winners? Expectations, the moral and premise. Your desire to cling to expectations will break you, and here's why. You will not make manifest anything of value or of true value if you don't act right. And you don't act right not because you expect too much, but because you be too busy expecting. It comes down to this. Manifesting a winning life is in the process, not the outcome. The reward is never without, it is always within. And your inability to truly process that statement will destroy you. And even worse, manifest the adverse universal reality for yourself, which is the opposite of your desires and really what you deserve with your life. No bueno. So let me ask you this. What is it you want to do? And what is your true expectation for wanting to do what you think you might want to do for your life? And before you answer, because you either know this already or you don't, and if you don't, then take some real time to sit with this. This is kind of important. What if I told you that the culmination of all life-winning manifestation is that you expect nothing? I mean, absolutely nothing. Money, house, cars, even down to love, etc., etc. But learn to accept all, and therefore will have the potential to then earn everything, right? For it is not to be defined by the outcomes, rather the process that must define you. To be clear, it's perfectly fine to desire material and possessional wealth. I do it. It's great. But the point is not to let that be your expectation, reward, or material value mindset. Why? If your intention is to be rewarded and incentivized through possession, the primary concern, that's pretty immediate, is that possession is never given expeditiously, at least not sustainably. Those are the I won the lotto stories that go broke. And so how does expectation play with our feelings and ultimately slowly deteriorate our being? Let's just say you know exactly what you want to do with your life and why. So you start being today, and maybe even for a few weeks. I'll give you a little credit. But every day that you're being, you check your account balance, you check your house and your car status, you check your physical, various relational, social, and business statuses, and all other expectations you have for wanting to be, and they're effectively on or at zero. Because again, possession is never immediately reflective of what you're expecting. At least that feels like success. The correlation between the two is vastly, vastly different. And that is the conflict we immediately face in our fragile minds that effectively stops and halts us. The delay in seeing the expectations, which are truly unpredictable and uncontrollable, by the way, in case you didn't realize that, is in direct contrast to the immediacy of starting to be right now, because today you can start to be. However, seeing the fruits of how you define what you think you want to be are way off and massively disparate in timing. So you stop being, resulting in your breakdown as you're now focusing on what you don't perceive to have as value for yourself. And that crushes your confidence to just continue being. For why should you if you're not seeing? Seeing what you want to be, but not seeing what you want to be is life's conscious disease. And you want to know, if you slow down the word disease, you could say it as dis-ease. Therefore, expectation creates dis-ease in our lives. mostly through fear, and then greed, delusion, anger, frustration, rage, and all types of self-conscious goodies, which never satisfies because the art of expecting will then never allow you to feel like it's truly enough. You'll just expect more, resulting in you doing less. Winning life is in the process, not the outcome. If you would, just shut up and run. The weight will come off. Shut up and lift. The muscle will build. Just shut up and work. The wealth will be established. Shut up and post. Followers will come. Shut up. Launch the product. Run the business. The customers will buy. It is all in what you do, for that is who you are being. So we must transition our mindset from expectation and rewards to results. Results come from doing. The doing is the state of being. Being is the reward. The reward for being can produce astronomical results that are essentially defined as nirvana, bliss, and pure love. Can you feel it? Listen, man, the outcomes that you tie to expectation and desire via possession or any form of wealth equate to the results of who you're being. You can have whatever you'd like, but it is a result of being rather an expectation or reward, right? There's fruit in labor, so it's totally cool if you want more fruit, but then it gets more laborious. What it comes down to is this: you must have trust, have faith, and unwavering confidence in the results that come from the process. If the life you see for yourself was a garden, when you plant an apple tree, no one is shocked or surprised when the result of the tree produces apples. Yet it is not an expectation or reward. It is the result of the seed. When you plant strawberries, the result is that you receive strawberries. Peaches will result in peaches. So the only question when it comes down to being and the results you'll receive is, what seeds are you planting for your life? You want fulfilling results? You need knowledge seeds. You need compassion seeds. You need empathy seeds. You need joyful seeds. You need loving seeds. You need passion seeds. You don't need possession or material wealth seeds. Those are results. And once you plant these, then you need only to get to work on letting it be and growing your garden. Now, let me be abundantly clear. Being is doing, so you must do. You can't avoid the work. And doing is an all the time in your mind thing you must commit to. You have to consciously train yourself to the highest level of conscious, thoughtful diligence and discipline. Yes, execute. Yes, take action. Yes, do the damn work. And in doing so, you must also learn to let it rain. You must go through the dark and the scorching heat. Let there be seasons. The results are the results in which you can't control. Expect nothing, but the requirement is in the action and the doing. It is that you just be. For consider when your fruits start to bear. Does that imply you're somehow changed or are different? Or does it require difference in being? Absolutely not. You just continue growing your garden. If it increases, it's just a natural result of evolutionary self-scale. But why do we struggle with this? Aside from outlandish expectations and not wanting to put in the effort and work to be. We have become delusional, I believe, in the strangest sense. A lot of what stops us is the fake it till you make it label that gets associated with a negative connotation. So please, someone, if you would, help me understand what exactly and what actually are you faking? And what exactly and actually is making it? How do you define someone who has made it? High level examples real quick. Is there a requirement to have 1 million subscribers or followers in order to post and be an influencer? Is there a difference in being between putting out content with no subscribers and in the being of putting out content with 1 million? And most importantly, he who has 1 million, has he not been he who is still being all the way in the journey from 1 to 1 million? Of course, again, there's evolution and growth. Dismiss the naivete. But 1 or 1 million, does the creation mean any more or less? Is it any more made if the intention is the same? I say no. So let's apply that everywhere. If the person who opened the cupcake business, is that person any more making it than when they sell their first cupcake or their millionth? This is the same with every journey. Weight loss, education, fitness, relational, and on and on. At the level of being, every influencer, cupcake maker, business owner, or whatever you're just busy being, it is just that the result of 1 to 1 million is in how well you execute the being. It doesn't make you any more or less. I'm not telling you to ever ignore the potentiality or the results, or that it isn't even healthy to reflect the measure, or really to desire scale as a result. Because desire is a hugely different emotion from expecting, right? But the results are going to be what they're going to be. You can't truly dictate that the way you can't dictate expectation. You can't truly dictate the result of 1, 2, or 1 million. But you can dictate your level of being. And know that the wisdom and growth and evolution has taught us that the difference between the results of 1, 2, or infinity for that matter, directly equates and correlates to your level of being. Each desire, the same, however, you might want higher results. You heighten your being. You heighten your being by taking more action. The more you take action, the more you're becoming. The more you become, the more the results expand. That's always the differentiator. Here's another analogy I heard somewhere. Might not be the greatest transition, but I thought it was dope and I don't want to miss adding it. So think about this and check this out. Even the tree that reaches heaven has its roots firmly planted in hell. Our minds work so fast, we tend to lose the distance and focus between being and seeing. But again, expectations are out of your control. And if that's what you're focused on, you need to think again. If it doesn't serve you, you need to think again. If it doesn't become you, you need to think again. Every day you dedicate to not being is one less day of being. And some of you are well behind the 8 ball. And I totally get it, dude. You and I, we all get caught up in life. Wife, kids, job, security, acceptance, rejections, confessions, congestions. It's all a colossal mind fuck. And a lot of times it feels like, all this for what? But our lives break down when we feed for expectations, thereby in desperation quitting on our demonstrations, which is the ultimate crack in all our manifestations, resulting in the most hellish of final destinations. You and your lack has everything to do with the fact that your actions derive from misguided passions. The end result to winning is just to be, for it is in the being that you become. So just be the business owner, be the person in shape, be the spouse, mother, father, or friend you should be. The results and the rest will catch up. And best of all, when you least expect it. So shut up and work. That will always deliver you wealthy results. Change your mind, change your life. I am who I say I am. Stay rich.